reflecting on some of the biggest property trends in 2024. Philip is joining us. Good morning, Philip.
Morning, guys. Thanks for having me.
In terms of property trends, how well was the property market doing in 2024 compared to years ago?
I would say the word that comes to mind is dismal. It's been down quite a bit. Some real estate firms are reporting down a downward trend of 50%. In the Cape, though, there's an increase. Although I've been speaking to two of my clients and people that I trust within my network, and one of my clients has said that they've earmarked 39 properties when they wanted to move down to the Cape.
Yeah.
Of those 39 properties they've earmarked for purchase once their house sells here, all 39 are still on the market. But get this, when they wanted to sell, or when they wanted to sign in the Cape, the sellers there were trying to pressure them to put down an non-refundable deposit and act quickly and all of this, and their house hasn't moved yet. You know, now, 2 months later, that house is still on the market. Why did you want to push me to move quickly? You know, I see certain trends even in the Cape. It's sort of flattening out. The purchasing, which was like an exodus, everyone from Limpopo wants to go to Cape Town, and vice versa. You know, there's been a flock there, and it seems like it's flattening out. So I would say we are probably down about 30% in terms of sales, but rentals is booming, especially commercial rentals.
So it goes back to the conversation we once had about more people preferring to rent than to buy property right now.
I don't think it's a preferring thing, not in most cases. I think some people do it out of survival, and obviously the fact that the interest rates have come down a little bit, and the foresight is that it will, but I think people got hurt. People are still recovering. To save 173 Rand on a million Rand bond is not going to ease that much up. I mean, the food inflation's been crazy as well. So I think the market's got to sort of stabilize and recover. But get this, I think the prices are still going up. In specifically Polokwane.
So what were people into the most this year as far as property is concerned?
Small properties below a bar.
Okay.
If you look at the general trend, that was where the movement is. The movement's not in the 2 million and above market. I wouldn't say not at all. There's about a 13-15% movement there. But like we said previously, 80% of all the bonds that happened in this year, in the first portion of this year, first half, was below a bar. And we're still seeing that trend. I saw a new article saying 1.2 million is like where 90%, 1.2 million and down is where 90% of the loans are. And these are not just loans for purchase. These are people taking bonds, second bonds on their paid off properties for survival.
For survival, yeah. You always say the best time to buy properties now, and you're saying right now that right now, as bad things are, they are about to get worse?
Well, it's like the old adage, the calm before the storm. Now is definitely the best time I've ever seen in my lifetime in real estate. And, you know, calculating backwards, I would say it's the best time to purchase in the last 30 years. So there's definitely, I mean, some of the guys are saying that this is worse than 2008. I was in the real estate industry in 2008, but they're saying it's even worse than 2008's market crash. And this month specifically, we're seeing a big flattening. So yeah, it's a lot of people under pressure. We're hoping for the 0.5 reduction in interest rates. And I think that'll spark the market. There's a lot of people looking, a lot of people clicking, wanting to view, inquiring, you know, but they haven't committed to paper, and I think that's going to turn. And as soon as that happens, the prices are going to start increasing.
Yeah. Another thing that may be delaying other people from getting into the property space much quicker, and you'll correct me if I'm wrong, raising the transfer costs. That is another big factor, because it takes a little while. You know, that property that you're eyeing might even go off the market while you're still trying to raise money for the transfer costs. And I think I've had this conversation before with you guys. And I've said, if you look at, like, for an example, NSFAS, we can't say that the cost of living when you decided on the threshold was this amount. It's still the same now in 2024 because a lot of things have happened with the economy. So where is the conversation supposed to come from, Philip, to say, we understand that, a bar and below you mustn't pay transfer costs, but the way the economy is wired now, we think that 1.5 or 1.4 should not pay for transfer costs.
That would be a good idea. But again, we'll save about 10 grand on that transfer, 10, 15 grand. It will definitely, because that's positive sentiment. And when it comes down from high up like that, it's just going to create that positive energy, and that will create flow, definitely. It's not going to have that much of an impact financially. Like if me or you wanted to do it, you're going to save like 10 grand. But it's still definitely something. The transfer cost needs to... Yeah, that is a problem.
And
Barrier
maybe
to
that
entry.
may encourage more people to get into the property space.
Definitely. But you see what some of the banks are doing now, specifically Nedbank.
Sure.
They are, even if you are in a stable job, they call it step up finance. They don't want us to really advertise it, so let's keep it on the DL.
Yeah.
But they call it step up. So basically, if you are in a stable job and you have been earning increases every year, okay, stably, they will, let's say you qualify for 1.6 now, they'll give you 1.8 because they know you're probably going to be able to qualify for 1.8 in 2 years.
Yeah.
Nah? So basically they are pre-funding you.
Yeah.
Like pre-working.
Yeah. I usually tell people who would say, I wish I was permanent so I can buy a property or move into my own property. And I'm like, that's not how the bank works.
Yeah.
Sometimes some of these funding institutions, they look at how committed you are. Are you capable of commitment?
Yeah.
How long have you been working at the institution where you are working,
Yeah.
even if it's a 12-month contract or it's a 6-month contract? But if it's been going on for the past 15 years, oh yeah, by the way, and you have a degree, those are some of the things that show that you are highly committed to
A
something.
degree counts? What?
Especially
Your
with
highest
investing.
level, yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
I've seen-
now.
listen,
What is this?
I'm actually busy with an application. I want to get into investing, but they're telling me I'm not earning enough. Okay, and because I don't have a degree, but they will take on an attorney that works for 10 grand or 15 grand because he's got a degree. That attorney will probably never own his own firm and he'll probably never become a millionaire, but the Investec will take him.
Boom.
Well, on that note, applications for universities are open, ladies and gentlemen. Philip Schoeman, broker and owner of REMAX, talking to us about the property trends for 2024.
Thanks, guys.